Hello. So most of my videos lately I've been doing in the dark because it's easier to do it that way. I wasn't feeling really cute sometimes, but I still had something to say. Or maybe I had a lot going on and wanted to quickly do something, whatever it is. This one is not in the dark. So what I normally do, sometimes I come off the top of my head and tell y'all some free game or something that I've learned, but this time I've made some notes to make sure that I stay totally on topic. This is my chicken scratch handwriting. So let's get started. So this video is called 10 Reasons to Let People Go. I might cough a little bit. It's cold in here. But there are way more than 10 reasons to let people go. We know that. But these are the 10 that I feel is like some of the biggest red flags that sometimes it takes a little time in a relationship to see. And if we don't recognize these things, sometimes we'll spend more time in a relationship than we should. So there's this 10 reasons to let people go. This will help you save time, help you better evaluate the people that are in your life. Especially, and this could be for a friend, a family member that that you maybe talk to on a regular basis, or this could also be for a business partner, a business relationship, really any relationships. We sometimes have to let people go. If you're an employer and this is your employee, sometimes you gotta let them go. But of course, the first relationship that we think about, our romantic relationship, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. Ooh, I'm ashy. Anyway, so 10 reasons to let people go. Reason number 1, the relationship becomes toxic. So toxic will be like, it's literally making you sick. This is a relationship where you come away from conversations and you literally feel sick, or you got a headache now after you talk to them, or is something is affecting you physically. Our bodies are wired to tell us when something is wrong. Okay, so if you come away from dealing with somebody and you physically feel off or bad or not yourself, it's toxic. Okay, toxic as far as how it's affecting other things. If you put a bad apple in a bunch, it's gonna ruin the rest of the apples. If you have some contaminated water and you pour it into a gallon of clean water, now all of that water is contaminated. Okay, so if you're dealing with a person that is contaminating your life, that is making the straight ways crooked in your life, you dealing with someone who everything was cool, and then when they come in the room and they come in the atmosphere, it changes to something bad, they're toxic. Okay, if they make you feel like everything is good and then they take it away quickly, that's toxic. They're teaching you how to be mistreated, basically, and that's toxic. So if the relationship is becoming toxic in any way, you need to let them go. Number 2, your personal growth is hindered. When you're dealing with somebody who you should be dealing with, you will grow as a person. Your ability to learn new things, to go forward in life, to experience new things, all of the things that we need to do in order to grow as a person and develop, it'll be easier to do that. And the only way that it will be harder The only way that it should be harder is because of just the natural difficulties that come along with growth, that come along with, you know, going back to school, learning a new trade, getting certified in something, going to therapy and getting through your past traumas or childhood issues or traumas, PTSD, whatever. You know, your personal growth is something that belongs to you. And if a person is infiltrating into that, or telling you that you shouldn't grow, or, you know, making something happen when it's time for you to go to therapy, or you know, basically thwarting all of your plans, or throwing you off basically to growing as a person, they're not it. Number 3, if you're on different paths. So this is one that a lot of people don't get, because we think like, oh, we're all different, we all want different things. And that's true. Sometimes, you know, you might be so lucky to get in a relationship with someone who's in the same industry as you, so you really understand each other. You know, maybe you're both hairstylists, you're both coaches, you're both business owners of some sort, you're both teachers, you're both scientists, you're both engineers, you know, you're both nurses or doctors, or, you know, you're both in the same or similar field or something like that, and that's great. Then there's sometimes that, you know, this person is in medical and this person is in legal stuff. Maybe this person is in the education field, and maybe this person is in the social services field, which social service and education kind of similar, but, you know, it could be anything. Maybe you sell this thing and they sell something totally different, or maybe they sell the opposite of that product. You sell weight loss stuff and they sell all kinds of fatty food that they make. You know, they sell fried chicken or something, whatever. That's not the different path really that I mean. I mean, like, they're on a path of down and you're on a path of up. If their path in their life is taking them to somewhere fucked up, if their path in their life is taking them to somewhere that's leading off a cliff, basically, they're not doing enough with their life. They have a path of maybe they want to do something that is positive, but it's still on the line with you. Like, they want to go backpacking through Europe for 3 years. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And you want something more stable, and where you're in your city and you want to start a family. You guys want different things. That's 2 different paths. To try to make those paths come together will do both of you way more harm than good. And when we discover that we thinking on 2 different planes, it's good to go ahead and sever that tie. And a lot of times, if that's the only thing that's messing with your relationship, like, you know, you want this and they want that, sometimes you can even continue and be friends with a person and still have that part of the connection, and not mess that up to where now, you know, we've gone so far off that we hate each other now because it's impacted our lives in a really negative way, you know. So if you notice that you're on 2 different paths, and really when you're just in the dating stage and talking and getting to know each other, if you date long enough, you'll see this earlier on, but that's another video for another day. We'll talk about dating another time. So that was number 3. Number 4 is betrayal. Betrayal is huge, because if a person will betray you, you can't trust them. You know, so once you know that they went behind your back and done something, or lied to you, or, you know, told you one thing and it was another, they betrayed your trust. You know, simple as that. And if a person betrays your trust, y'all don't have nothing. Without trust, it's nothing. There's no point in trying to keep something going once a person betrays you. And that go for any relationship, okay? I've had friends that, and really not a lot of friends. I can really say one situation in particular where a person is a friend, like, for real betrayed me and betrayed my trust in them and who they were. They had lied about everything as far as who they were. And once a person betrays you, it's kind of like, you ever seen in movies where people be like, I don't even know who you are anymore. That's why you got to go, because you don't know them. If they're able to betray you, if they're able to throw you under the bus, if they're able to do anything that fucks with the trust or the bond that y'all have, you really don't have anything. Let it go. Incompatibility is number 5. And this is, I wrote a little note here. Yes, even if you have chemistry. A lot of times we think because the sex is good, or because when we're in their presence, you know, we just feel all, you know, fluttery and, oh, you know, that's chemistry. That's, you know, you feeling them. You want to touch them. You want to kiss them. You want to hug them. You know, there's some fire there. Okay, there's some heat there. That's cool. But I can have chemistry with inmate 36. You know, he might be fine in a mud. You know what I'm saying? But are we really compatible? If you got to ask yourself if you're compatible with someone, the answer is probably no. Because compatibility is usually pretty simple to see. You know, we're on the same page. We're on the same wavelength. We like to discuss and talk about similar things, or the same things, or we have similar outlooks, similar morals and values, or matching morals and values. Okay. We're compatible because we have the same outlook on life, and or similar outlook on life, and what we should be doing and how we should be productive in it. That is compatibility. We can enjoy some of the same things together, or I'm able to enjoy something that you like that maybe I've never experienced before. But if I'm compatible with you, I'm going to be able to go right on into that. You know, if you enjoy sipping paints and you take this person with you to the sipping paint and they just make it a horrible experience, y'all not compatible. Even if they don't really enjoy painting, but if they can enjoy that time with you and try to get something out of it, there's some compatibility there. Super compatible if y'all both get there and they just start painting the way, the same way you is. You know, there's levels, of course, but do not mistake chemistry and sexual interest as compatibility, because that's not what that is. Okay. You can communicate with a person. You can be able to talk to them. Oh, we have these great conversations. Oh, we have so much chemistry, but y'all not compatible because he don't believe in working and paying bills and you believe in paying everything on time. You're not compatible. There's going to be an argument at some point that's going to be big. There's going to be a huge disagreement at some point that's going to be big, and it's not going to be able to be mitigated. It's not going to be able to be calmed down because y'all ain't compatible. They're going to be on this spectrum and you're going to be on that one. Not cool. That kind of goes back to the first one, which is toxic, because it can definitely become a toxic situation when you're dealing with someone that you're just not compatible with. Number 6, emotional drainers. These is the woe is me people. Okay? Emotionally draining. The people who are always crying about what they can't do, what somebody did to them. You know, they constantly a victim. They don't know how to handle or manage their own emotions, and they try to push them off onto you. They project onto you what they feel from another person or from a previous relationship. They're always pulling at your heartstrings for some reason or another. They're emotionally draining. Every time you talk to them, they sad, or it's something negative going on. It's nothing like positive or uplifting about them. You got to always pull them out the dirt. You got to always pull them up. You got to always encourage them. You got to constantly pour out of your cup to them, and they have nothing to impart back to you. That's an emotional drain. Okay, you might as well just go on and throw your I love yous and you can do it and whatever in the toilet. Burn it up, because it means nothing to them. They have to get reassured and hear that again and again and again every other day in order for it to stick. That's an emotional drain. Nobody wants to do that. We already have, life is hard enough. We already have enough to do. We already have enough jobs, enough hats that we wear. Whether you're, a mom or not, or a dad or not, you got enough going on than to have someone in your life that's going to drain you emotionally. Okay, mental drainers and emotional drainers kind of go hand in hand, because our mind is just as connected to our heart as any other part of us. So if they're messing with you emotionally, if they're draining you emotionally, it's weighing on your mental as well, because you're thinking about them. These are the people you're gonna be thinking about in the back of your head. How they doing? Is they okay? Is they making it through this? Ain't nobody got time for that. You need to deal with someone who can stand on their own too, and can manage their own feelings and emotions without you having to always be involved in that process. Okay. Number 7, manipulation. If they're manipulating you in any way, they gotta go. Simple as that. Manipulation is so sinister, because it's like it's you're a puppet at this point. They're making you do what they want you to do, and you don't have a say, or you don't have any way against it, or you don't have any way to not do what they're making you do. Okay, or either you feel like you don't. You never want to be with someone who makes you feel like you don't have a choice in your own life, or you don't have a choice in the things that you do or want to do or whatever, or they try to tell you or say different things to you to make you choose something different than what you want to do. That's manipulation. Person who tells you one thing and does another, or they keep telling you something, to get you to wait for them to do something. They're trying to manipulate you. Manipulation itself, as far as the word, it's basically when we can move and bend and twist something into the shape that we want it to be. If I have like a piece of let's see, if I finally unpacked. I've been back like some days and hadn't unpacked. But like, let's say I have this. Let's pretend this is a piece of Play-Doh or something. This is actually a tank top. But let's say I do this. I've made this now into what? It's a ball. I can also open it up, and now it's half of my tank top. And then I can fold it, and now it's a folded tank top. I'm moving this. I am making this what I want it to be. I'm manipulating it. We're supposed to manipulate clothing, paper, things that we're making for artistic purposes. We're supposed to do that. We're not supposed to manipulate people. People should be able to do what's in their mind and their heart to do, and not trying to make them do what we want them to do. Okay. Now, of course, with our kids, we might say, eat your vegetables because blah, blah, blah. We're trying to manipulate them to eating their vegetables. You don't eat your vegetables, you gonna be, my grandmother used to say, you gonna walk with a hump in your back. She was trying to manipulate us to eat our vegetables. But we was kids, you know what I'm saying? But if you're in a grown-up relationship and a person is trying to tell you, oh, no, you can't do this because this is going to happen. Or, you can't go to that party because I'm going to be sad. Really? Emotional manipulation. You know, they're trying to make you do what they want you to do so that they'll be happy. They don't care if someone's manipulating you. They don't care about how you feel. And why would you want to be with somebody who don't give a fuck how you feel? They caring about how they feel. They caring about what they want. And they're going to do that by any means necessary. That's manipulation. Deal with people that are people of their word, that are not trying to get you to, you know, buy time and deal with them and well, if I sit here this long, they're gonna end up doing this. That's manipulation. Anytime a person is trying to make you, mold you into something that you're not, or into believing that they're something that they're not, it's manipulation, and you got to let it go. Number 8, you wasting time with them. A lot of these previous things go into this as well, because of course, if you're on different paths, if someone is betraying you, if you're not compatible, if you're not growing as a person dealing with this person, if you're feeling toxicity all the time, you know that it's a waste of your time. Okay, so all of these basically lead up to number 8. Wasting time also is if you know that you want to be married, if you know that you want to be in a long-term committed relationship, and they don't, you wasting your time. And this is another thing that you'll find out in actually dating and getting to know a person. You will know real quick on whether or not this person is worth you investing any time in. Because if y'all don't want the same thing, you're going to end up wasting time. Okay? 1 or 2 dates or something, that's cool. You need that, or a little more, to get to know a person enough to know, should I spend any more time on them? Okay? Sometimes we get in relationships with people who maybe they did want what we wanted. You might deal with someone that when you were, you know, first dating, those first few months, they said they really wanted to eventually be married, right? And they said that that's a goal for them. And, you know, you revisit this, you know, every, 6 months to a year. Where are we now? How do you feel now? And if they tell you, a year in, I don't know if I want to get married now. I thought about it, and if they've been with you all that time and they telling you, oh, I don't want to get married now, it ain't necessarily that they don't want to get married. They don't want to get married to you, okay? They just not that into you. Or, I'm saying, sometimes it could be that they are not ready within themselves, because, especially as a man in a relationship, he might feel, or he should feel, like, I need to be handling, buying us a home. I need to be handling paying for XYZ. And if there's something going on with them financially, maybe they fighting a case, maybe they got some child support stuff going on, maybe they are trying to build their business, maybe they just got into a new career, and they're trying to get stable in that, whatever that it is, they might feel like, I'm not ready. But if they're not communicating that, I want this, but I'm not ready because I'm trying to hit this milestone, then they wasting your time, okay? Because it's one thing to take time. Sometimes things take time, and you don't want to do things prematurely, okay? But if someone doesn't have a clear path or clear plan on, okay, 6 months, we're going to be here. 1 year, we're going to be here. If it's that 6 months come and go, and they like, oh, no, maybe we need they wasting your time. Okay? And you can spend months, years, decades with the same person and still don't have no ring, or still don't have no long-term commitment, still don't have no house, still don't have whatever it is that you're looking for, they wasting your time. And again, this is any relationship. This could be a friendship, this could be a business relationship, or whatever. Let's say you got a friend. Oh, excuse me. Let's say you got a friend, and that friend could be wasting your time. You know, telling you, oh girl, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that, and it never happened. Some people really do this because they don't want you to befriend and go do or whatever with other people. Oh girl, I don't need to go on your girl trip. Me and such planning a girl trip. We're gonna go at such and such a time. You better live your life. Forget what somebody else got going on. Live your life. Do not allow anybody to waste your time. Time is very short. Life is very short. I've learned in the little time that I've been here, in the 30-something years that I've been on this earth, that life is very short, and you have to take every opportunity to do what you want to do. Okay, so if you're dealing with people who is not on the up and go, let's get it, they wasting your time. Move around. Okay, now moving on. Number 9. We have 2 left. If it's a one-sided relationship, this right here is I think for a lot of people, especially women or men too, it's hard for people to admit this, that they're in or have been in a relationship that was one-sided, because they feel embarrassment from knowing that I was the only one doing this, this, and this, or I was the one giving this much effort. And it's okay. And it's okay. Sometimes we really like people. I keep yawning because I need to go back to sleep. Okay. But it's okay. Sometimes we really like a person, and we really are into them, and we really feel whatever chemistry or whatever that we believe is there, and we go above and beyond. Those type of relationships a lot of times end up being one-sided, because you're going above and beyond for someone who's not reciprocating or not doing that back for you, especially when it comes to a man and woman situation. If a guy doesn't do something for you first, and you jump out the window and do it first, now you gotta wait for him to reciprocate that. The problem comes in, excuse me, there's nothing wrong with doing something extravagant or something, if you can afford to. There's nothing wrong with doing that for them. The problem comes when it's their opportunity, when they have a chance to give that back to you or do something else along those lines, or maybe not even at the same exact level as you did it, but they have a chance to reciprocate. They have a chance to give you that back, or try to create that same feeling for you. Their birthday came and you went all out. You done bought the man some flowers. You got rose petals everywhere. You done bought him 2 new pair of Jordans, 2 outfits. You got him 3 bottles of Hennessy and Patron, and you done got him I don't know, what did men be playing? 2K. You done got him the 2K game or whatever. You know, you done got him cologne. You got him a couple $100 or more, or a stack or something. You know, he got money. What else? Did I say cologne? You done got him new socks to go with his new shoes, and if he was a suit wearing man, you done bought him a suit with cufflinks and some new shoes, and some what they wearing now, Stacey Adams, I don't know. You done went all out. You know, you have done the most. Okay. You know, you got him a birthday party together, and you got all his friends and family together, and got him a surprise party. I don't know. You went above and beyond. You did it all expense paid. You did the most, okay? And then your birthday come, okay? And he gets you a single rose from the gas station and a gift card to Applebee's. That's one-sided, boo. It's one-sided. You doing something for them that they can't do or ain't gonna do for you, especially if you know that they have the ability to do that for you. And it's also one-sided if you're dealing with someone who wants to do whatever that you did or claims that they want to do whatever that you did for them, but they can't because of wherever their financial situation is. Again, that's one-sided, because you on your side are able to do this and them on their side is not able to do a piece of that. Okay? You need to deal with someone that's on the same or similar level so that when you do A, they can come back with A.0, A.20 or whatever, A2.0, instead of you doing A and they coming with G. It don't match up. It don't mix. It don't make sense. It's never going to make sense. You're always going to feel like it's one-sided. You're always going to feel like it's not giving, because it's not. Because they're not on the same page with you. They're not able to do what you do. And then you have the one-sided, that's for real one-sided, where you call them, they don't never call you. You text them, they always leave you on red. They'll never text you. You gifts, you're giving, they'll never give you nothing. That's one-sided. That's for real one-sided when they're not giving you no energy, okay? But normally we're not gonna continue and keep up with those relationships where they're not giving us like no energy. You got to be crazy to do that, especially for a continued period of time. But some people is. But the ones that can really infiltrate, even the most well-meaning and even smart people, is one-sided relationships where they're unbalanced, okay? Where you doing this and it's grand and they doing the most minuscule minor shit ever. Still one-sided. Last but not least, moving on, number 10, disrespect. And I feel like this goes hand in hand with a lot of the other ones, especially number 1 being toxic. But number 10, I feel like this is like just as important, if not the most important one. If a person does not respect you, it doesn't matter what they have, what they don't have, what they've done for you, what they ain't did for you. It don't matter. I don't give a fuck if you was destitute on the street and you was homeless and they came in and had $1 million and put you, your kids, your mama, whoever in a mansion, but then they start talking to you like you're not a person, talking to you crazy, talking to your family crazy, talking to your kids crazy. They want to go upside your head. They don't respect you. Doesn't matter what they have. Doesn't matter. If they don't respect you as a person, if they don't respect you enough to keep their hands off of you, and this is for women too, okay? The women who like to pop their man upside the head, the women who like to slap him in his face, the women who like to cuss him out, call him out his name, call him all type of bitches and hoes or whatever that she feel like calling him when she get mad. She don't respect you neither, my boy. You need to go on. It's not about money. It's not about status. It's not about none of that. It's about respect. Just respecting a person as they are, for who they are right then and there. I don't want to deal with nobody who gonna wait to respect me. I'm gonna respect you when, when you get a certain amount of money. This is how a lot of women can be to men. I don't respect him. He ain't got this. Well, what you with him for? As a punching bag? Some men, I don't respect her. She got this and that going on. I gotta respect her. She needs to get in the gym. I respect her when she lose 20 pounds. That's not somebody who respects you or who cares about you genuinely as a person. Okay? If they disrespect you, know that they don't care about you. Know that you're not as important to them as you think. All right? So that's 10. I'm going to recap. 10 reasons to let people go. Number 1, the relationship becomes toxic. Number 2, your personal growth is hindered. Number 3, you're on different paths. Number 4, they betrayed you. Number 5, you're incompatible. Number 6, they're emotionally draining. Number 7, they're manipulating you. Number 8, they're wasting your time. Number 9, the relationship is one-sided. And number 10, they disrespect you. Make sure that you like and subscribe. I should have said this at the beginning. I always forget. But anyway, make sure you like and subscribe and check out the rest of my videos. I always come with some sort of free game regarding life, relationships, regular shit, business shit, whatever else that I have learned and want to share with the world. Like and subscribe. Have a beautiful, wonderful, blessed day. Toodles.